Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to OLC TV for some more A World Betrayed DLC 4 Total War 3 Kingdoms with Gongsun Zan on the Radius mod. So, we were quite successful last time. Gorja defended our capital against Xianyu Fu, well Xianyu Yin specifically, but Xianyu Fu's attack. Gongsun Shu took this city with serious casualties. But you know, he took it, that's the important thing. Gongsun Zan smashed this army here, absolutely smashed it in a night battle, and threatened to besiege Bohai, which allowed us to negotiate a treaty with Yuan Shao, which allowed us to reclaim Bohai fishing port. We've now peaced out with him. We're going to be paying him a bit of money, but we've got the fishing port back. I'm not decided yet, actually, whether or not to give it back to Tian Kai. Said last time I wouldn't. It's mine now, but I don't know. I want to give him Pingyuan down here, definitely, or Bohai. So we'll see. I might do a swap later on. Give him when we've smashed Yuan Shao a little bit more. Take Bohai completely. Give him the entirety of Bohai, and I'll take Pingyuan salt mine. So that he has food coming in. We'll see. Haven't fully decided yet. Up here on the recruitment front, I do want to just get a couple of spears in this force here, which is going to cost me some money because we're about to counterattack Xianyu Fu. Gongsun Zan's moving up there to help out. We'll see what happens next turn. Oh, also, I forgot. Kongrong collapsed, was absorbed by Yuan Tan. I've never seen that happen so quickly. It is the mod. Stuff happens more quickly in the mod. The economy is rebalanced. Yes, we're buddies. We are absolutely buddies. I will support this for money. Don't worry about that. I've completely forgot you're the Bank of Yuan Shu. Yeah, of course. So, when the coalition was beginning to fall apart, Gongsun Zan formed a relationship with Yuan Shu and sent his cousin Gongsun Yue to support Yuan Shu because there was this proxy war going on between Zhou, not Zhou of fame, Red Cliffs and Sun Tzu's buddy and all that, a different Zhou, who was a proxy of Yuan Shao. Sun Jian, of course, was a proxy of Yuan Shu. They were at war with each other. And Gongsun Zan sent his cousin Gongsun Yue with 1,000 men to go support Yuan Shu. He ended up fighting alongside Sun Jian, and he was killed in one of the skirmishes against Zhou, which led to even more hatred and actually part of the direct warfare against Yuan Shao. So yeah, we're buddies with Yuan Shu. I mean, not like friendly with him, but on a strategic sense, we're friends. Many years ago, you both studied under the tutelage of the scholar Lu Zhi. Ever since, you've been steadfast friends. The mutual trust runs deep, coming to one another's aid and visiting frequently to socialize and enjoy each other's company. Liu Bei and Gongsun Zan. So again, that's absolutely true. Liu Bei and Gongsun Zan studied together under Lu Zhi, and they were very good friends. They spent more time getting pissed and womanizing than they actually did studying, I think, the history suggests. But they were very good friends. And it should be noted, during the coalition against Dongzhuo, okay, so those of you who have played Man of Heaven will know that Liu Bei starts off, he's raised a militia and he wants to help people, and he starts off working for this colonel under the Han armies, fights a few battles for him, tries to support Lu Zhi, he just bounces around a little bit. After the Yellow Turbans start to be defeated in that area, because this is all like in the northeast, all up in this area here, where it takes place, like most of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, or the initial Yellow Turban Rebellion. And then Dongzhuo is invited to the capital, and all chaos in the capital really gets cranked up a notch. With the emperor dying, the eunuchs killing He Jin, Dongzhuo being invited to the capital, taking over, replacing the heir with another emperor, all of that stuff going on. Liu Bei found himself working for Gongsun Zan. He actually became an officer in Gongsun Zan's forces, because Gongsun Zan at this stage, Liu Yu was still alive, but Gongsun Zan was one of the more powerful generals and was actually one of the few veteran generals. Like Yuan Shao okay, he'd commanded an army, but he hadn't fought for years before, like for at least 6 years before Dongzhuo, the coalition against Dongzhuo took over. So Gongsun Zan was actually one of the few fighting generals with proper soldiers who had fought battles. So Liu Bei found himself working for Gongsun Zan, and he never took part in the coalition. He did raise troops for it, but they ended up not going, and why they didn't go is up for debate, whether Gongsun Zan said, no, I need you here to complete fighting the Yellow Turbans, or whether Liu Bei just chose not to go and chose to stay fighting Yellow Turbans. Doesn't matter. But he ended up fighting Yellow Turbans in this region, not taking part in the coalition whatsoever. Later on, when the coalition was properly falling apart, and Gongsun Zan and Yuan Shao were really fighting, Gongsun Zan sent Liu Bei to go join Tian Kai. So he was a subordinate of Tian Kai, as was Zhao Yun at this stage, and Tian Yu. And they all went down here, and they took a huge chunk of area here, actually. It was quite wide, but they were eventually pushed back to what you have now. And their job was to support Kongrong as well against Yuan Tan. During that time, when they were all fighting, there was some other stuff going on, because Cao Cao was an ally of Yuan Shao at this stage. And because Tao Qian had been involved in some politics that ended up with him backing a usurper to the throne, and Cao Cao people were nominally supporting the emperor, they were just against Dongzhuo. They attacked Tao Qian. Tao Qian and Cao Cao had this long-running campaign of skirmishes and stuff before Cao Cao's father was killed. During that stage, Tao Qian really needed more people to help him. So Tao Qian, who was again nominally friends with Gongsun Zan and Kongrong because they were against Yuan Shao and Cao Cao, you've got two big blocks here fighting over the northeast, he basically said to Liu Bei, who had Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, Jian Yong at this stage, not Zhao Yun at this stage. Zhao Yun goes missing for a few years after his older brother dies, possibly going back to, do the filial piety bit. I mean, that's usually, like to just, he'll stay in mourning for a couple of years. So he was probably off doing that. But so he paid Liu Bei with troops and money to come and join him. So Liu Bei ended up leaving Gongsun Zan with a huge amount of men, joining Tao Qian, gaining even more men, getting a promotion, and ended up becoming Tao Qian's protege. So Liu Bei actually shafted Gongsun Zan. It's the first of many people he shafted. But yeah, they are good friends, and they did still stay relatively good friends after that, though Gongsun Zan sort of collapsed pretty shortly after that stage. And the war with Yuan Shao lasted for years. It wasn't until 199. Yeah, it wasn't until 199 that Gongsun Zan was finally destroyed, which suggests that Gongsun Zan was probably stronger than Romance of the Three Kingdoms suggests. Because Yuan Shao was no slouch. He was an alright commander. Wasn't perhaps the smartest commander, but he was alright. What do I want to build up? I definitely want to build this up. We need these things. Guard posts are useful. Administration post is useful. Land registry office is useful. All of that's quite useful. Let's hold off on that for a while. We'll up our food consumption here. You chaps are doing all right, actually. Peasant raiders, I don't want raider cavalry. Mounted saber militia, possibly not. We can't switch these guys for. Oh, we can get saber infantry now. Yeah, let's up these guys to saber infantry. I'd rather spend the money on that. There we go. Right. Gongsun Zan's force could do with a treb, so we'll get a treb in there, and we will have a look here, see what else I can do. More trade agreements are useful, administrative positions are useful, peasantry income isn't that big an issue, commerce potential, We certainly need the pop growth as well. I'm going to get this first, and then we'll probably look at administrations or pop growth. Right. Trade agreement. Young Fong, Li Han Empire. And I'd like some regular payments, please. There you go. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So how are we doing up here, actually? Doesn't seem to be that bad. We're friends. We're still good buddies. Tian Kai is a little bit upset with us because of previous... Why do we have war coordination? We're not... Oh, we're war with Xianyu Fu, aren't we? Nobody else really I can do much with. Gongsun Zan still probably doesn't want to join our coalition. No, he does not. Jiangyan's against it as well. Okay, fair enough. Next turn. Yeah, it should also say like Gongsun Zan and Gongsun Zan, they're not related. I mean, they may be distantly related. I don't know that at all. But even though they share the same surname, they are not actual relations of each other, as far as I know. Gongsun Zan actually ends up with quite an interesting career up in the northeast, and his heirs and successors as well. Doing a lot of fighting against Korea. He was very warlike. And he maintained the borders here against the nomads, against the Koreans, expanded territory up here, and was basically left to himself. Of course, in this game, you don't have the ability to fight the Koreans and stuff like that. So he obviously has to fight someone else, and that usually ends up with it being Gongsun Zan. Left or right, life is never simple, and at times we are all tested in this challenging, sometimes painful ways. Yet this general has difficulty choosing which grain of rice to eat first. Arriving at a fork in the road, your general's soldiers are forced to wait for 3 hours while their leader's indecision paralyzes them. So incompetent strategist for 1 turn. Okay. Yeah. That's unfortunate. She has started up. Lady Wu. What do I want from you? Yeah, I want that. That would be quite nice. What we can also do... Do we have somewhere that makes good commerce? Peasantry, industry. The short answer is no. That's a shame. It's your vaping that makes the commerce. Well, that being the case, can you have a gander over here? 21% chance. I'm going to risk it. Okay. That'll work out quite nicely. Right. To be honest, it's not that bad. 50%. You're still holding it. Alright, we'll starve out. And we will move up for Jia as well to support with his force. Right. Now on this front here, income, pop growth and food actually for Youzhou. Military administration office. Upkeep reduction for cavalry. Zhongshan, what have you got for me? Zhongshan, you have this. Military forge. Patrol and barracks. That's why they're so bloody good here, weren't they? We already have state workshops, so that's fine. We really need some of this stuff. We don't have the food. We'll have to handle that next turn then. But that's okay. You just hang there, just in case any hell breaks loose. Check guys, army. Wow, you're built like the Jizhou veterans as well. You're building up some decent soldiers here. Some very, very good soldiers. Over here we're alright for now. I should fill out the armies when I have the opportunity. Yeah, and I am deliberately waiting for a couple of turns here. I want to see if they start to suffer some casualties quickly. Zhang Yan may need my help soon. Actually, if he starts losing territory, that doesn't help me. Yuan Shao will be able to build up quite a lot of force as well, because he has two quite sizable vassals with Gaogan and Yuan Tan. There's a number of top tier generals, and he still has all this chunk of land here. Well, you won that fight. That's quite good. Ah, you're coming to attack me. That slightly surprising. But fine. I'm up for this. Let's do it. This will be a huge clash. Because he'll have a ton of melee units. Xiu is silent here as well. I noticed that in the Tartar campaign. Xianyu doesn't talk. I don't know why. I'm glad we're friends. I hope we can hire you at the end of this. But I won't cry if we're not able to. My reinforcements coming down from here. Right. You set up there. 3, 4, 5. Don't run away. I don't think we need fire arrows. You guys there. Yep. Like that, please. We will have some militia here. We're gonna have some axes waiting on the wings. You boys here. You boys here. So there with Xianyu. You guys as well can knock round there. You can be here. You can be here. Now for the deployables. Yep, that'll do the trick. This can go there. Fire for the sake of having it. We got it, so why not? Come on. I want my... Here they come. Come right there, please, boys. Would ya here? Yeah. More Saber Militia here. More Saber Militia here. More Axe Reserve here. More Axe Reserve here. You chaps here. Go on, what do you have? You have Flames of the Phoenix. That's not bad. You can take control there. You're a last-ditch reserve unit. You're a last-ditch reserve unit. Right. Wait for everyone to form up. We don't want you dueling. We don't want you dueling. And we don't want you dueling. You can. So I don't think they'll want to duel you. Yeah. Right. Come on, lads. Get to position. Is that a captain? Yeah, it's Lance Cavalry Captain. Oh, they have quite a lot of cavalry coming. Really quite a lot of cavalry coming. Well, they sort of have to attack me, so... I'm happy to wait. Well, I'm not that happy to wait, that's why I'm sending these chaps out to have a quick irritation of the enemy. I always sort of feel that Gongsun Zan should have a bow as well. Even though he's not particularly famous for it. He's famous for his double-headed spear, which they actually don't do very well in this game. There are very few of the special weapons that you hear about in Romance of the Three Kingdoms that are actually recorded in history. A lot of them are like folklore and legends, but it is a fact that a lot of the generals would do something to make themselves stand out, and that would be usually like a weapon or something like that. Gongsun Zan, his weapon, they call it Dreadbringer in this. When he was given his first command, and he was commanding his tens of men, he sort of advanced too deep and got surrounded by some of the Donghou, which is the generic name, like Eastern barbarians, for all the nomadic tribes in that area. Now, when he'd advanced slightly too far and was surrounded by hundreds of the Donghou, it says that he got a spear fixed with a blade on either end and rode through the enemy, killing and wounding tens. So basically he was outnumbered. Doesn't actually say how much, but if they say that he had tens, he had less than 100 men, and if it says they had hundreds, it means they had more than 100 men. So best case, let's say he had 99 and they had 101. Sort of like that, right? So he was very much outnumbered during this time. But despite that, despite being outnumbered, he personally killed or injured tens of them. So he did more than 10 himself. He lost over half his men in the process, for which he was disciplined because of the losses. Not that he was particularly worried about it, because it got him a very, very strong reputation as a cavalry commander in the area, and actually it sort of gained him promotions later. Like, it was one of those disciplinary actions where it's like they have to do it because he lost men, but actually everyone was quietly impressed. So it still sort of gained him a relatively good reputation. Right. Here they come. Go on, mess them up. Right, boys, you ready? Right, he is going to kill in that group. We're going to take out these guys. Oh, he's fine. Let's have this Lance Cav move over here. Come on, shift, shift, shift. Over here, Lance Cav, if you please. Yeah, Gongsun Zan's biography is really interesting, or at least I found it absolutely fascinating. That's why I studied him. Or studied his campaigns specifically, not him as a person. It's difficult because there isn't that much on him as a person. But yeah, I found him absolutely fascinating because you have someone who starts off, like, his description and everything in his biography is really similar to how Liu Bei's description is in Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Like, it's this over-the-top, isn't he wonderful, stuff. Like, he's very, very handsome with a loud booming voice that can be heard all over the battlefield, and very skilled at debate, never wastes his words, everything he says has a point, he remembers everything. This guy is described as brilliant. described as absolutely brilliant. But by the time you get Liu Yu into the picture, things start to change. He has definitely become focused, like something has happened. And like the way I looked at it was his campaigns, every campaign he fought in prior to the coalition against Dongzhuo, he lost masses of men. And I think you have someone who was suffering quite a lot. Like he lost his confidence, at least I would go so far as to say that. Because, you know, obviously like his first campaign, he'd lost over half his men, but he gained a really good reputation from it. Then he was given command of 3,000 Wuhuan auxiliaries and told to crush this rebellion. And he went far too deep into enemy territory, like way too deep into enemy territory, and had been surrounded. He cut off in a city, and he needed to hold ground in that city, and his supplies were running low, his men were starving, so he couldn't hold for any longer, so he had to ride out with his men, break free of this encirclement. And he broke free of the encirclement, and again he lost incredible casualties, but again was famed for doing like 200 days with no food. Well, it wasn't 200 days with no food, but like this campaign was 200 days behind, like thick behind enemy lines, with only 3,000 men against all the nomadic barbarians in the area, plus their supporters, some Han Chinese rebels who declared themselves king. And they'd been besieged. He'd fought his way out, sort of Riders of the Rohan style thing. You'll notice a pattern with his campaigns. There's a lot of that. And I think that's why at the end, like his last stand when he built that city, I think that's why he was so easily persuaded to stay inside. Because every time he had ridden out in one of those campaigns, he had died. Or not him, his men had died in horrific numbers. I think his confidence was shot to an extent, just because of all the serious amounts of damage like he had taken up to that point in these types of campaigns. Yeah, like, he absolutely fascinates me. Really does. Right. Come on, come over here. You're shooting them, good, right. Get in there. You boys can sit up here with Xianyu. Always getting them wrong right now. Yeah, you chaps can shift over here as well. Do you know what? Not right at this moment, no. I have something slightly more important. Right, we're going to swing around this way at top speed. You guys are sort of holding. Probably could do with some axes over here. Go on, just throw yourself in there. Right. Gongsun Zan out. Their cav is coming. Good. Fall back. You boys. Forward. Go. Right. You chaps on this flank, Gongsun Zan, you've got them. Get stuck in. How are we doing? Lance cavalry. Yep, in here, please. I would quite like it for you chaps just to get over there now. How are we doing? That charge is going to come in hard. Go, deal with them. Quickly, pull away. Right. This is now an opportunity. Go. Charge in there. And you guys are good. Right, I want you to form up here. Excellent job. Excellent job. Right, in there, please. Gongsun Zan, you in there as well. Finish them off. Don't let them come back. Lance Cav, back this way, please. You boys, go. charge. Pop your magic. Yeah. Fill that gap right there, please. Because this is getting slightly nasty. Oh, that could have been worse, I guess. Wasn't the best charge. All of these chaps have broken. Spectacular. Right, over here. Kill them off. How are you guys doing? You guys are alright. Right. Fall back over here. Gongsun Zan. Get stuck in here. You. Back in. You two. What I'd like for you is to start supporting this flank now. Right. You axes. This flank. Bollocks. Deal with them. Deal with them. Go, 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 go. Okay. Alright. How'd you come? I would quite like you to get involved in that fight now. Come on. Finish them off now. Finish them off. Gongsun Zan in there. Let's break this G infantry. You're holding. You're killing. Alright. You're killing really well. That works for me. Right, you boys, get over here. This flank looks like it's about to collapse. Alright. Move over here. Ready and charge. Go on, you into this flank. Good man. Over. Over. Do you know what? You can focus on him, please. Let's go this way. Not a bad job over there. Not a bad job. Let's bring you some reserves. How are you guys doing? Not great. Because they still haven't been defeated yet. So kill them off, please. Ah, damn it. Lance Militia. Just don't have the same punch as some of my other cav, but they're the guys I have at that flank. Sure. G there. Axes keep moving up. You get stuck in over here. You boys. Over here. Good, you've got them. Right. Into that. Cav. Out you come. You boys. Stay on them, but keep backing away if they get too close. How are you doing? Are you fighting him? You are. Alright. You're not doing a bad job. Ah, bollocks. Right, over here. Good, right. Over here. Over here, over here, over here. All the cav in the world over here, please. Excellent. Mr. Gongsun Zan, if you can get into them. Right. That should be enough to help fight over there. You, kill him, please. Pop this. Make him run. Do you know what you could do is just chase them. You boys. Get into that. Go on, straight in there. Good on you. Get out of that now. Done your bit. You've done your bit. Charge them. Gotta say, their flanks are holding really rather well. Come on. Go chase. Go chase. It's starting to break. They're starting to break. Oh, wow. We got him. Got from him. That was brutal. Yeah. Over here. You chase them. I think you've lost your horse. Over there. You lads. Chase them. Can't just quickly bring him down. Actually, nah. I'll kill the saber infantry. See if we can kill more for when we do the actual siege. Quite helpful. Chase them, please. Oh, you've lost your horse too. Well, that's a shame. In which case, Gongsun Zan, if you wouldn't mind chasing them. Over here. Some good kills in here. You did well, considering most cavalry fighting. That's an epic amount of kills. You were pretty poor, actually. I know I had you chasing a general, but that's still uninspiring amounts of death. Come on, up the hill. Don't stop. Oh, that's fine. Go, 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 go. Excellent. Yeah, I think I will claim it there. Close victory, yeah, they fought really well. Some serious kills there again. From our white horses. Really good effort, actually. She did really well. Oh, she has the weapon though, doesn't she? Oh, we got 103 in the end, not bad. How do you guys do? Look at that, that's seriously good. Yeah, I will happily release you again. You, formidable, elusive, clever. Damn well hiring you. You have been impressive. Yeah, I'll take that. We've got to level up as well. By his global, lots of war. Sudden but inevitable. In a display of staggeringly expected behaviour, Lu Bu has betrayed Liu Bei, seizing a sizable chunk of his territory and declaring his independence. There we go, sort of expecting that. Auxiliaries, we have a military instructor. Well, that has a direct use here. Where is my man? Xianyu. Here. Song Jingting, yes. Guojia, yes. Good. Very good. Character developments. Sun Qian, Gao Shun. I cannot believe. Yeah. I didn't believe it. Didn't believe it. I was right not to. I was absolutely right not to. We do now have enough money though. Where is Yuan Tan? Yuan Tan. No. No. That's a shame. Well, Gao Gan, who do you have? Gao Ru. Liu Yao. Shi Yi. No. Gongsun Do may actually be useful having you. I'll think about it. I will think about it. Well, that was pretty successful. I think we can finish this off. Occupier. Xianyu Fu faces the blade. Brilliant. And he is destroyed. The mountains offer a respite. Jiangyan has proven himself a fair weather friend, but a powerful warrior all the same. His Black Mountain bandits are fierce and crucially useful. It may be prudent to reach out to them to form an alliance that you may bolster your strength. The trials are surely coming. Forge an alliance. They're in a coalition with me. Does that count? I don't know if that counts or not. Trade. Seems to be good. I don't know why that was popping up saying trade. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will leave it there. With that done, we have dealt with Xianyu Fu. Our lands are secure. And now we prepare to go back to war with Yuan Shao. Possibly help Liu Bei. Possibly not. He has 2 armies. We'll see how he deals. And Xing Miju. I mean, he should be able to easily take him out. But you never know with Liu Bei. I've never seen him manage to do it. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you have enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe down below. And I look forward to seeing you next time for more Total War. Bye-bye.